Discerning Shootist here for Blue Collar Prepping. Last week we had a lot of ramblings going on for me about prepping at the home, using the infrastructure and society as the way it is, and it's designed to plan for a disaster. Well, today we're going to talk about some of the things, the basics, planning, all right? What you have here, see here, is just some things that I've picked up over the last couple of years on sales, what have you, and what I thought I may need or I may not need. The reality of it is some of it is used every day and is a usual rotation in my meals, and some of it still sits here a couple years now. So for one thing, look at what you do and plan for meals. Simple is good, but just because it's on sale doesn't mean it's something that's part of your plan, or should be. Just because it's, because it's a good deal. If it's going to sit there and it's not something you're going to use or you won't use or you're not accustomed to using or making, then save the money. Don't waste your time, okay? A couple other things. Inventory control. There's all kinds of shelves that you can buy and do all these crazy things, and it's really not necessary. And it's like, here I got pasta. Start from the right, or you could start from the left. This is where I fill from. This is where I take from. So when I get to this end, then I start all over again. Okay, or I go down to the next shelf. Start from the right, start from the left, but that's the start. That's where you fill from, and this is also where you take from. It's really simple. The other thing is, as Americans, is that we make way more food than we're going to need. So we should plan and prep like we're going to make the big meal that we always do, and that's the way we should practice when we have power and electricity and the world is great. But the reality is, when we do that, a couple things we're not going to have. One, we're not going to have electricity to store our food in, like refrigerators. Dry storage is the best for food prepping, but once it's prepared, we are not going to have that space where we can have leftovers for the next day. We're going to have to eat, or it's going to spoil, make us sick, something we totally want to avoid. If you've never had food poisoning from rotten food, take it from me, it sucks a lot. The other thing is if we have that extra space and that scrap, if we don't have livestock, like we don't have chickens, we don't have rabbits, or we have something along those lines that we can use that leftover scraps for, again, it is wasting. So plan like you would normally for a meal, but realize, and maybe every once in a while practice, that the meals we're prepping is for total consumption. We do not want to have any waste. That doesn't mean you're going to gorge yourself because you have leftover. It means you want to tailor back your meals. So you will actually get more meals out of what you just planned for. How many people you have in a house? How much do they eat in a meal? How many meals a day? In a desperate situation where it's the end of the world as we know it, or a prep situation where we're going to have to make do with less, let's have 2 meals a day perhaps. And maybe a light snack. Think ahead. Lots of things to think of. Planning, preparation. These are the places that you need to start before you start prepping. Start with how many meals we're going to make, how many people we're going to feed. Prepping for a little bit more and feeding a little bit less will stretch your meal plans and how long you can survive, but I wouldn't count on that. Plan realistically for what you do now and for the foods that you eat. Start with that, and then do your inventory control. This is the Discerning Shootist. If you like what you see here, please like, subscribe my channel on YouTube. Share with your friends. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to check back with us here at Blue Collar Prepping. Be good, be safe. Can't be safe, be good and dangerous.